Good evening, gentlemen. It's your favorite commissioner coming at you, pre-recorded once again for another edition of the recap of your favorite fantasy football league, the League 11. We are through 7 weeks of the league, and I believe there are 14 regular season weeks, I'm pretty sure. Let me look. I'm almost positive we have 14 regular season weeks in the league starting last year. So we are officially halfway through. So this is kind of I would say, a really good indicator of how things are going to shape out, who's going to run away with it, who doesn't have a chance, so on and so forth. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. And we're going to, oh, nope, sorry, that's week 8. I am on week 8. I'm already getting things ready for this week, and I've yet not even reviewed last week. Another thing we're going to do this week, too, is magic numbers. I've been keeping track of them. I mean, okay, I haven't really been keeping track of them, let's be honest. But I do have the magic number thing. For those of you that are new or fairly new, I'll go through how those work again. But first off, we're going to get through these matchups. And then if there's any time left at the end, which I'm sure I'll be over my 10 minutes as normal, yeah, we'll go over that. So first matchup is between Corey and Mitch. Mitch takes out Corey here. He gets himself a victory. 3-4. Mitch is in 5th place. Corey 2-5 and in 8th place. 132-92. Matchup wise, let's take a look here. Mitch, Joe Burrow, 39 points, not bad. What was bad is your 2 wide receivers combining for 3 points, so not good there. You also had Kenneth Walker show up for 29 points, and you had a bunch of double-digit players on your bench, including. It's funny, Mitch. I don't mean to, make fun of you particularly on here, but I traded Ezekiel Elliott and Gerald Everett to you for, holy shit, I'm having a total brain fart. A tight end. Jesus Christ. Kyle Pitts keeps coming up my head, but it's not Pitts. Is it Pitts? Oh my God, who the fuck do I have? Okay, sorry. I gotta look because I'm just having a total brain fart. It's God, I don't want to look. Ertz, fuck, I'm such an idiot. Zach Ertz, I traded you for Zeke and Gerald Everett. It's second week now you haven't played any of those guys. So sorry, that was a minute wasted of your guys' time to get at a really dumb point. So yeah, Mitch, you might want to play those guys, but apparently you don't need to because you're beating Corey. Although it's Corey, beating him by a fair amount of points there. What is that, 40? Something like that. Corey, on the other hand, players worth mentioning, as normal, nil. Literally had one of his running backs get him half a point. So there's that. But he's in 8th place, so that means he's doing better than 2 other teams in the league. I'll go over the magic numbers at the end. And speaking of guys not doing well, we have Perk versus Brandon. 9th place versus 10th place going into this matchup, and after the matchup, still in 9th place and 10th place. Perk is still in 10th, Brandon is still in 9th, but Perk got his first win of the year. So congratulations to Perk. We're also proud of you. A little asterisk here, though. Brandon had the lowest score of the week. So what do I always say? If you win against the guy who had the lowest or the weekly low score, you didn't win, you just didn't lose. As you can tell, I'm stalling, trying to wait for this internet to work, but now it's finally working. Let's take a look at, the score. Perk had 118 points, and Brandon's 87. Perk's guys worth mentioning, Aaron Jones, basically the only thing on Green Bay worth even having at this point. I feel bad if somebody kept their backup running back in the 10th round. That'd be a stupid move. But yeah, other than 29 points out of Aaron Jones, he had nothing worth mentioning. Dak came back and didn't really show up. I mean, he did well, but the team did well, but he did not. Brandon, on the other hand, keep this in mind. Brandon had 87 points. 21 of them came from George Kittle. So that's not quite a quarter of his points. And he had 15 points from Baltimore. So just right there, that's 36 of his 87 points from his tight end and his defense. When you put up numbers like that, you're not going to win. So like I said, Perk is in 10th place. His record is 1-6. Brandon is tied with Corey, but as far as record, 2-5. But Brandon has fewer points, so he's in 9th place. Next matchup, we can move on to Tim and Matt. And Matt, solid showing out of you, Matt. 132 points to Tim's 102. Matt, congratulations on being a new uncle. That's awesome. I haven't heard any recent fantasy football updates from your brother Nate, so that must mean he's busy being a dad. Although he did send me a text message the other day saying that he likes being on paternity leave because he could run errands and he only had to hold the baby for 15 minutes. So I thought that was a little interesting that you have a brand new baby and you're bragging about only holding it for 15 minutes. But hey, that's just me. Who am I to judge? Sorry. Anyways, back to the matchup. Matt Novak, he had 23 points out of Eno Benjamin. He showed up and had a good day. And Mike Williams, didn't he just have a total dud last week or something? Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Or no, he's hurt. God, I know there's something going on with him. Okay, you got 21 points out of him, but Mike Williams, according to something called Daniel Popper, I think we all know who Daniel Popper is, out for 4 weeks. Sucks to suck. Who do you got on your bench here? Let's take a little look. I mean, you got 2 guys on IR. No, you got 3 guys on IR. Boy, you're really want those IR guys on your bench. Holy shit, you got 3 IR guys on bench. Who are you gonna play? Damian Harris? Okay. Guys on Tim's team worth mentioning. No one. So Tim, 4-3 and in 4th place. Matt, 5-2 and in 3rd place. Next matchup we have between Ben and Mike. You guys, we gotta do something about Mike. Mike is killing it. He's destroying us. He's scored more points than anybody. He's tied for the best record in the league. He has 1 loss. It's not good. He put up 190 points this week against Ben's 139. And the thing that sucks is 139 points out of Ben. That was the 2nd most points scored this week. The only person that he could have lost to this week is Mike, and that's who he was playing. Sorry, Ben, that sucks. Ben 3-4 and in 6th place. Mike 6-1, like I said, in 1st place. Matchup wise, Ben had Jamar Chase for 33 points, DeAndre Hopkins for 20 points. The only player on his team that did not score double digits was Tampa Bay's defense against the stellar Carolina Panthers. Excuse me. On the other hand, Mike, like I always say, Patty Mahomes 28 points. He had 36.5 points out of Josh Jacobs. I would say he is the biggest saving grace, or the biggest surprise, or the biggest catalyst to getting that person, getting whoever owns Josh Jacobs, up into the playoffs. He also had 21 points out of Raheem Mostert, 25 points out of Juju Smith-Schuster, 22 points out of Tennessee's defense. I mean, that's a lot of points. So like I said, we need to do something about that. And the guy chasing Mike is Nick, and he was lucky enough this week to be in the matchup of the week, facing yours truly, Menage a Trois. I shouldn't say narrowly, because actually 2 people scored lower than me. But yeah, my team is just underperforming like crazy. It's brutal. A lot of my guys have good matchups. A lot of my guys should be putting up points, but they're not. But I was talking with somebody the other day, and I feel like I may say this every year, but I truly believe it this year, that this has got to be one of the weirdest fantasy football years of all time. Like, every year we say Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady are going to start shit in the bed. Well, they finally have. The Giants have, 1 loss? The Jets, I think the Jets over-under on the season this year was 5 wins. Going into the season, they already have 5 wins. I mean, teams that are doing great, that weren't expected to be doing great, players that were doing great, but, it's all topsy-turvy. So, yeah, really the issue with my team is that I drafted too good of a team and they're underperforming. Not that my guys actually suck. I had, out of my 94 points, I had Ramondre Stevenson get me 24 of those. That was all that was on my team worth mentioning. And Nick, he has Austin Eckler. He's got to be the number 1 running back this year, no? I mean, if it's not, it's really close. But Austin Eckler is just putting up stupid numbers. 37 points out of Austin Eckler, 25 points out of Dallas' defense against Detroit. So yeah, Nick. Sorry, I don't know if I said the points, but 125 for Nick, 6-1 and in second place. I had 94 points. I'm 3-4 and in second place. Quickly, how the magic numbers work. So, magic number. I'm sure everybody knows how they work, but in case you don't, your magic number is a combination of your wins and another team's losses. Excuse me. In fantasy football, or in this world, it is the first team. It's your wins and the first team that's out of playoffs losses. So that would be seventh place because we allow the first 6 guys in. So every week, like right now, I'm in seventh and I have. No, that's not right. I have down that I have 2 wins, but I actually have 3 wins. I'm 3-4. So say next week. So I have 3 wins, or 4 losses, excuse me. And say next week I'm not in 7th place, but Corey's in 7th place and he has 5 losses. Well, everyone's magic number would automatically go down by 1 because the losses would go from 4 to 5. And then also, if anybody won that week, they would also gain another point in their magic number. Once you get to 0, you are automatically in playoffs. So I also have it calculated in here to let me know when you're eliminated from playoffs. So technically, mathematically, nobody is eliminated from playoffs yet. But getting to the actual point, Mike and Nick, your magic number is 5. Matt, your magic number is 6. Tim, magic number 7. Mitch, Ben, me have a magic number of 8. Corey and Brandon, magic number of 9. Perk, a magic number of 10. So technically, Perk is still mathematically in it. So he still has something to play for. So sorry, looking at this, we're going at 12 minutes, so sorry about that. Sorry for the late post on this. Crazy week. Hopefully next week I'll have something a little more entertaining for you and get out actually on time. So good luck this week, and we'll see you next time.